Love it.
Sweet.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
What did we...
I like making it.
See,
You sat us together. So.
It is. It is wonderful to be able to find such joy in the most mundane of things. I relish it every day.
Oh, I love you guys.
Yeah. The feeling is more than mutual.
It's not a good week. Or sorry, it's not an excellent week without this.
Yeah. No, I would completely
It's a
concur.
good week.
But this
really
is
is like that cherry where you're like,
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of cherries, so would you put that on top of, so the other day I had, the creamy concoctions, creamy confections, whatever, ice cream from H-E-B? Have you ever had that?
I haven't tried that.
I must recommend it to you. It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's extra creamy, so it's ice cream. If you can imagine a Bluebell, but a little creamier. And they have a creme brulee flavor.
Ooh.
What? That is...
Yes. But we're going today.
That is to die for. I
Again, for
am
my
ashamed
cream.
to admit that I ate 2 pints on multiple days.
I mean, I get it. That's wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to go now.
It is,
Like,
it is so good.
We're going
that
right after
you,
this,
You
so.
really have to be careful because I was like, I'll just have a couple of bites.
and you're like, the pint's gone. That's weird. I should
I
go
gotta
get
go
another
get
one.
more.
That's exactly what happened. Okay, it's been like 4 hours since I ate the other one. That's enough time, right?
I burnt that off.
Yeah. Yeah, sitting watching Landman, I totally burned it off.
Hey, you were sweating a
Hey,
couple
that's
times.
intense. That's
Hey,
intense.
that final episode, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, they're not gonna, are they?
It started out really depressing. Like, if you're in a bad spot,
Yeah.
I told her this. I was like, if you're in a bad spot,
Yeah, the amount of deaths and then
probably
just-
shouldn't watch
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But there's some lightheartedness to it.
I love the fact that it seems very realistic from like the oil business aspect of things. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't appear that anything that they're doing is like not happened. Right. There's accidents, like that that's how the companies work, all that kind of stuff. I didn't even think about the fact that they would be on cartel land and they would have to deal with that, which of course makes absolute sense
amplified
as
it.
well.
Yeah.
But then they added in that family dynamic as well. Is somebody sawing something?
I think so.
At first, I thought it was like a
thought it was
faint
the
yelling.
camera.
I thought it was me thinking too hard.
Your brain's like, just trying to figure it out.
And the harder I thought, the more the sound was amplified.
You're like, it's
and
me.
I was like, I probably should stop thinking about
It's
this
me.
because things are about to go off the rails. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm gonna be fine. I just need to walk through this.
That was
I'll be
amazing.
okay.
That was amazing.
I swear I'll be okay.
And out of nowhere, just like
Again, that's why I thought, because I was trying to think. I'm so scared for myself right
that
now.
was so good. Oh, well, hopefully we can't hear that on the mic.
If I'm at
'cause
work and I hear the sound of the saw, I will be concerned. And I'm going to just text y'all and be like, can you walk me through this? Because
You'd be like,
it's
it
not
followed
just your
me.
place.
It followed
It's not
me.
just your place. It is my
We
head.
never hear the
It
sound again after you
must
leave.
be
And it's not even near me. It's sort of in the distance. I don't get it.
That's the point. It's a tiny little brain. It's off in the distance. We can hear it working.
Oh my god. Okay. all right.
Happy Saturday.
It sure
my
is.
goodness.
It is a happy Saturday.
It is a happy.
It
you know what?
is.
Darn right. It reminds me of the story of the grasshopper and the octopus. So the grasshopper sequestered a whole bunch of acorns in preparation for wintertime, right? But then the grasshopper died, and the octopus took all the acorns, and that's it. Oh, and he bought a race car too. Do you know what I mean? No. Okay. Well,
It doesn't get everybody.
It's usually when the saw starts up.
Just the timing of that was so great.
It was like your walkie the last time.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I was speaking of walkies being on the wrong. I was at the dentist a few days ago. That's another thing. I'm going to get some work done on my teeth, which is long overdue. But the walkie kept cutting in, and somebody was like, pero, and the lady looks at me and she goes, she was Indian. She said, I don't even know where that is coming from. That is not inside of our office. And so I was like, do you want to switch to a different channel? This is a good idea. I think I'll do this. And I was like, yeah.
Switching to
Switching to 2. If you know, you know.
If you know,
If you know, you know, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my
goodness.
God.
Okay.
all right,
Should we hop in?
Try. Yes.
Let's hop in.
Let's
Although,
lock in and hop.
Yeah.
although I could do this for another 3 hours. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
actually. Okay, so
Absolutely.
this is the podcast.
This is my therapy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel the same way.
in-
After
in the
a
best
long week,
possible way.
after a long week,
Yeah.
this can cure.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
Keep it
just-
down, man.
Soothing. Soothing.
All right, let's hop in here. Okay, so the topic of today is going to be on the brain, thoughts, ego, and how they collide, how they coexist. So I'm just gonna read what I wrote.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, we can just whatever comes.
We can just riff.
Yeah. We're not gonna overthink it.
It would have been great if it had started up right there.
That would have been too good.
Yeah.
I would have ended it right there. I'd been like, and I think
There's
that's
our
it.
podcast.
I think
We're
we
good.
just figured it out.
All the
All right.
questions have been answered.
So actually, let's go back because
Rewind.
we haven't
And it goes a little something like this.
we haven't done this since what? Before Christmas? After Christmas? When was the last
Yeah,
one?
before Christmas.
Right before Christmas, because we went
It
to...
was because you guys went to Del Rio.
See?
That's right.
There we
That's
go.
right.
So,
That's right.
we were supposed to do this podcast when we came back.
Yes.
So, like, January 6th,
Yeah.
6th, around there. And I'm glad that we didn't, because the past couple weeks, it would have been a completely different podcast. Like, to
Interesting.
me.
How
Okay.
so?
Okay.
Just thoughts. The thoughts, the aspect of thoughts
Okay.
would have... Sorry, I had to get that one out. No, the aspect of thoughts would have completely went a different direction.
Okay.
May I venture that your thoughts were in a potentially darker or lower place?
I would say
and have
just
maybe lightened,
chaotic,
since? Okay. Kind of all over the place.
uncontrolled.
Okay.
It was like a dinner party, and I'm not invited. I'm just on. I'm outside.
Okay.
I'm like Adele. I'm like I'm on the other side, like through the window. Like I'm like, oh my god, and
This is going to be a great podcast. Like, I'm
it
ready.
really is. The
I'm s-
timings are so good.
You're really thinking, aren't you?
I'm really cooking it. But yeah,
Okay.
so I'm really
Okay.
glad that this didn't happen until right now.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna read this,
Okay.
And, then
and
we're
let you all
we're gonna jump
digest
in.
it, and then
Okay.
we'll just pick a topic.
I love it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So this is just on the brain. This is just things that I think about and have come to certain conclusions.
Okay.
So here we go. In the past couple weeks, I've really examined how thoughts start.
May I ask you this? What it is that you're reading? Was that I have somewhere I'm going with this. Did you put all this down at the same time?
No.
Or did you return back and add to it?
I returned.
That was what I was wondering, because I think it'll be interesting to see how the reading goes, knowing that it was added to at different
Yes.
times.
Yeah, this is
How long did it take you to write it?
probably a week.
Oh, okay.
Probably a
okay.
week of
That's
like
a solid build up. Of,
Yeah.
going back and forth.
And it wasn't every day. I wasn't like putting it every day. It was like a couple days here.
It's 7 words. It took him a
Like-
week.
Like I would do like a paragraph and then I'd be like, okay,
Okay, yeah. I
let
need to
that,
step
Gotta
let
take a
away.
that
break.
sit.
Need to step away,
Yeah.
sense.
So
Okay.
what I've seen personally, this is all me.
Okay.
I don't want to put this on anybody else. Like this is me.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts are directly tied to ego. Then they are twisted around your expectations and your force of habits.
Mm-hmm.
If you let your thoughts do and say whatever they want, then your ego is controlling every aspect of your life, including your present and future. I call it live editing.
Mm.
Where you're cutting out the bigger picture and zooming in on the wrong area.
Mm-hmm.
Or even worse, you are throwing the whole picture out and then drawing your own. Ego wants to control the future, while it constantly regrets the past. Results in making you miss the present. So the craziest thing happened the other day. Usually I'm trying my hardest to fill every moment of my day with thoughts, idea, knowledge, and wisdom. I'll read things, I'll watch videos on how to get things done, see how other people have experienced what I'm looking up. I'm literally trying to make every day into a scientific study of this world and everything that I want to do in it. So I realized that from doing that, I'm letting just my thoughts drive. Every time my thoughts are driving, I experience a lot of work and energy being used, but the results are always half-baked projects, just stacked on a pile for tomorrow. Because another thought and another idea hops in, and that takes the driver's seat. Don't get me wrong, I complete a lot of projects, but the amount of energy I use on the incomplete ones are affecting the complete ones. So now I practice control. So I don't hear the saw as much, right?
Appropriate.
That's appropriate. People call it meditation. Call it whatever you want. But what works for me is keeping the body busy, walking, and then not letting one thought enter your space. Any thought that pops up, just cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know how that works for you.
Is it getting louder?
Okay.
Continue.
Can we pause for just a second, because I think this would be helpful.
Yeah.
I'm going to read what ego is defined as,
Ooh, let's go.
because I think that might provide us with some clarification as far as like what you're explaining. So, and this speaks to what you're talking about. the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity.
Yes.
So that provides a lot of clarification where you're talking about the difference between the ego and the thoughts and
Right.
how that impacts.
Well, how
So,
the ego drives it.
yeah.
So basically, the ego becomes silent though. So I've been cutting off thoughts. So how I see it is thoughts are fuel, right?
Okay.
For your ego.
For your ego's
Yeah.
gonna grab that and be like,
oh yeah.
but
Because it's your sense of self-worth.
there you
right?
go.
So,
Right.
And then it twists.
It's gonna twist it
Yeah.
into it's gonna draw its own picture. It has to. It's survival mode.
Thus the live editing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Like, oh, don't do that. You're gonna fail at that.
yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that. Oh,
So
you
what?
suck.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be better than that person.
So what I've been doing is I just, as soon as I hear it start, so like a thought will be like, remember when you, and I cut it.
Okay.
I really got it. Cut it.
Okay.
Just don't even let it finish. You can let it start. Don't let it finish.
Okay.
So like when you're sitting there, you know how your mind is like, I got to do this today. I got to do that today. I got to
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
this. I got to do this. I got to, oh,
You
remember this.
overwhelm yourself
And
to
then
the
you-
point where you shut down.
Yeah. Instead, take like 20 minutes a day. Maybe start out with 5. 20 minutes a day. Just cut. Just cut. That is that is crazy. That is crazy.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you set
Set
that
this
up.
up. Like
Yeah.
I paid a guy to go out there and just cut some wood, man. That is crazy. Okay.
You're sawing your ego,
This is
man.
amazing. This is amazing.
Cutting his
I love
thoughts.
how this was supposed to ruin the podcast. And we're
No,
like,
it's actually
you just
enhanced
amplified
it greatly.
you
It's
just-
enhanced it greatly.
You just amplified everything. This is great.
You
okay.
go out there, you're like, you did it!
Keep
going.
You rock.
So I realized that once you figure out how to cut,
Okay.
okay, this takes days of just cut.
Yeah.
The ego becomes silent. Sure, it pops up, like emotionally, it pops up. Yeah. But opinions change. Emotions simplify. Actions become more clear. Your next step becomes pretty much black and white of like, oh, I need to do this. Can't do that.
You feel lighter.
Yeah, and then the end of your day, you know how when you really let your thoughts take control, you know how once you get home, you're like, where's the couch? I just need to sit down.
Yeah. I was just going to interject the difference between want and need, right? And I think you're defining that right there. The thoughts about getting this done, getting that done, predominantly fall into the I want to category, not the I need to. And
Yeah.
so you're so right about if I can uncloud what's going on by only focusing on what is needed, right?
Right.
So I want a lot of money, as an example.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot of money. I only need what is necessary for me to sustain my life.
Yes.
I want a job with all the accoutrement and I want to have a big title and all this stuff. I just need something that's going to allow me to live,
Grow.
right?
Grow and live.
And the simplifying of that, I think, frees up a lot of trepidation and concern, which arises from the ego, because that goes back to my sense of self-worth.
Yeah.
So the what I need allows me to not try and inflate my sense of self-worth. What I want is bad because that is working towards you need to feel more important.
And you're almost the I wants start to they start to feel good. Like once you get it, because then you're like, oh, well, I want this now.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah,
I want
It's
more.
literally,
greed.
I always want more.
Yeah.
That's
It's
greed.
exactly right.
And then that's what you
But we
chase.
redefine it in our mind as something
that
other
you
than
need,
greed.
right? Like
Yeah.
it turns into like a need now. So
You
need a
manipulate your own
napkin.
thoughts. Sloppy.
Please continue. Sorry, we were.
oh no, you're good. You're good. I have like one more thing on here. So people are drawn to music, and because it makes you present, right? Like it shuts down, or TV, right? Like anything draws your attention.
Because now your focus.
It's gonna silence.
Would we put that into the immediate gratification?
There you go.
category?
There you
Yes.
go. That's a good
actually,
one.
Yes.
Like, if it's music that you're interested in, your head won't be in the future because it won't be trying to. It won't be trying to relive the past, or like hang on to a memory, and it's not going to think about tomorrow. Like that song, that's piquing your interest, that brings you back. And sure, it might not be exactly where you're supposed to be, but it's just that little piece of just like, hey, right here. Come back to right here. So I've been doing an hour a day where I just cut off every thought,
Okay.
and it's changed everything. Just everything. Outlooks,
You find
expectations.
yourself more grounded.
Yeah, like things aren't muddy. There's nothing.
Humble.
There's nothing muddy about the day. You know how usually you'll hop into bed and you'll like kind of recap.
I generally try and get into bed. I'm kind of clumsy. If I hop into bed, it's gonna be- sorry, I know what
I
you mean.
wanted the
I like
solid.
to. I like to actually dive into bed. It's a lot of fun, actually.
You get the diving board out. But you know how
Just
you
y'all know.
You get into bed.
Dive in.
and then that
And then
saw
that saw
starts. Yeah, that
starts.
saw just
As it does,
Just-
because it's impossible to turn it off.
Yes. So that has
this
after
is literally this is your
Yeah.
thoughts.
yes.
Ah!
Yeah. And
Remember this and this and this and this and this. Everything that happened
Okay,
today.
I want to go back to what you said about the music thing. I have the same as far as like getting into bed and trying to just shut everything down. And for a long time, granted there were contributing factors, but for a long time I could not turn off the thoughts.
Same.
Right? And something that we talked about in the last one about like how do we get more spiritually connected and everything is to end with prayers for the day. So what am I grateful for? That calms
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And then I have like 2 or 3 different songs that have there's no lyrics.
Yes.
I think they would probably fall into the ultra chill kind of, it's very, very ambient,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that allows it to just kind of power down, right? And that helps immensely. And I've done it enough, like you were talking about, doing it over and over again, where I'm able to reach that point where it's like, okay, now it's time to power down.
Yeah.
We're just
It's over.
We're pulling out the power plug and we're done. But I was having an interesting conversation with one of the guys the other day, and we were talking about he's a big music fan as well, and he was just talking about how his musical tastes have changed, and he finds himself gravitating a lot more towards much more mellow stuff and a lot of stuff with no lyrics. And you touched on it and made me realize Granted, I like to listen to a lot of different things, but for the most part, I like to listen to stuff like I send you. That is,
Oh yeah.
there's no lyrics. There's a lot of pretty sounds
Yeah.
going on that I feel like kind of soothe and
It
allow it
amplifies
to
the
cut
piece.
the thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
It enhances the I'm just here
Mm.
and we're just good.
Mm.
And I don't need to be troubled with, well, okay, I'm going to get to work and what's going on.
Yeah.
And the ability, like you said, to stay present. That I think will always be a challenge, because as humans, we're always interested in what's next,
That's me.
right?
Yeah.
I'm very much that. But I find I get the most enjoyment out of life when I can just be present. What's going on right now?
Right here.
Well, I'm enjoying life right now. I'm not worried about what's going to happen 3 hours from now. I'm not thinking about what happened 4 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just enjoying right now. But it took a long time to learn about how to do that, and it's very much a work in progress.
Oh yeah.
But
Same.
I just thought it was really neat that you pointed that out, because I think to be present provides the most sense of tranquility.
It's just again, like the mud isn't there, because my brain, it muddies literally the smallest thing, the smallest idea, the smallest thought. It's immediately split and then twisted.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not nice.
It's not nice.
What did they mean when they said that? I thought I detected a tone when they said that.
Why was their face like that?
Yeah.
They don't usually do that.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna
And it's
ride
always
that
about
train.
me.
Yeah.
It's always about me.
Uh-huh.
It's never about somebody else.
No.
Yeah. So that's like,
Being too perceptive.
yeah. And then I used to do security.
Yeah.
So I would do this 8 hours a day. I'd be like, face, clothing.
It's exhausting.
What are you looking at? What are you doing? What do you sound like? Are you sweating? I would analyze somebody 100%. What shoes you got on? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just, I trained my brain to literally analyze
That was a long time to do that too. That was 3 years.
for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's 3 years of, yeah.
Just coding
And
my
it's
brain.
hard to then step away from that and to retrain to not be like that all the time.
To not look for the negativity
I'm
in
trying,
everyone.
Literally. No,
Because
And I
that's
was-
your job
Yeah.
to do that.
Right. And I was so good at it before it.
Mm,
So this just like,
enhanced
Yeah, you
it.
get your cap, Dad.
yeah, cop dad.
That's, yeah.
So this
And
is.
I'm sure he's the same way.
Oh yeah, I see it
100%.
all the time. That's why every day I look in the mirror and I'm like,
He doesn't know how to,
I don't want to end up
like, hey, not everyone is the
a
enemy.
piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, not everyone's garbage.
I know.
Yeah.
What you just said about being present and enjoying, the moment, that ties back exactly to that video that you sent.
Yeah.
Of just like
I'll have
when
to
you
send you a video.
silence that, ugh,
It's just
you
about
can enjoy the smell of your tea, the atmosphere you're around,
Yeah.
the breath.
instead of, oh, you're like having lunch somewhere and you're worried about the person over there that's looking at you eat. You're just enjoying what you're eating, the flavors that you're
right here.
eating,
Just be right here.
the day, everything.
Well, I'm sure you guys have both had experiences where, because I'm over the past 3 to 4 months, I've started to experience this more and more, where being cognizant of, okay, I'm not worried about that because I have no control over it because it hasn't happened yet and I don't know what that looks like. I will start, to use your analogy, that thought will start and then I'll cut it off and be like, just don't do that to yourself. Because why are you worrying about something that you really have no idea what the outcome? Because I love to catastrophize.
Same.
Right? This is what's the worst possible outcome they can come up with, and I'm going to focus on it. But it hasn't even happened yet. Yeah, but it could.
It could. And
right?
I want to be
Don't
ready.
you love an
And then-
overthinking, anxious brain?
Yeah, and then I'll just ride that train, right? As far so lately, especially lately, when it's like the thought will happen and it'll be like I opened the door and saw that was the thought, and I was like, nope, not going to do it, and shut the door immediately. And it's like,
It's an intense
okay,
sawing noise
right?
when you open it.
yeah. And then I shut
you're
the
like,
door,
"Oh my
and the
gosh."
sawing goes away. But then once that's done, it's like, okay, yeah. Like I talked about, having what I perceive to be, and I just had this the other day where I got into work and I was immediately frustrated because I was presented with what I thought were completely unachievable expectations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And admittedly that took me off path for like 30 minutes. But then I vented to somebody about it, and they were like, well, what's more important, going through this entire day thinking there's no way you're ever going to achieve that, or just doing the best you can with what you've been given, and at the end of the day, that's where you'll be? And it was like, oh my gosh.
And if they're not satisfied,
You know,
or if they're angry,
then I'll deal with it when it happens. But I needed someone to do that. And that was a long-winded way of saying we can be super beneficial to each other as well, to use the strings analogy, right? I've gone ahead and pulled myself up that string, and you come along below me and you go, hey, I tell you what, I'm just going to move this over here so that you don't worry about all of those that are jangling around. Why don't you just get to the top of that one? And it's like, oh yeah, I don't need to be all grabby hands, right?
Yeah.
But that's a daily kind of a thing. My reason for saying that is it's so rewarding when I'm able to do that. And then to have the self-awareness to be like, look how good that was for you, right? Like, look what that accomplished for you. Don't you feel better for doing that?
Exactly.
And yet, the next day, I'll probably do it all over again. And then somebody will call me down and I'll be like, oh, yeah. So
I know.
I wish it was so easy as to be like, well, that happened once. I'll never let that happen again. But it doesn't.
nope.
Dude, I know.
But it's a
roller
good
coaster.
reminder, right, of what we're able to do for ourselves if we just stop for a moment.
And that's what I want to really touch on, is just be like 5 minutes. Start out 5 minutes a day.
It'll make a world of
Cut it.
difference.
Set a timer on your phone. Cut it. And then go into music.
Yeah.
Like, prep your present. Like, because if you use music to be present, do 5 minutes before that present. I guarantee it'll amplify it.
So the 5 minutes that you're talking about, are you like sort of doing a meditation?
No.
Or are you
I'm just
completely nothing.
You could be walking. You could be doing something.
Just no
Just, you
external
know how-
stimulation.
No. You know how you just have this narrative in your head.
And you're just like, stop.
Yeah, you know how like it's the loudest voice in your head. It is. I know it is because I know it is in mine.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
You can cut it. You can immediately, as soon as it starts, just because it can start all the day, every day for 5 minutes.
It's like a nagging mom.
Just cut every sentence. Yeah.
It is.
Just cut every sentence.
You didn't do your laundry. You left your clothes on the floor. You didn't do your dishes.
Okay.
You didn't clean up after yourself. You didn't do this.
So I'm not telling you to
really
get
that
rid of the voice.
Right,
I'm not
right.
telling you to get rid of
Yeah.
it. I'm telling you to just cut it.
Yeah.
Just have the power to be like, boop,
Just be like, shut up,
turn
Mom."
turn off. And it'll happen, I guarantee, 30 to 40 times a minute.
Yeah.
Because that's how I started out.
Okay.
I was like, stop. No.
Why are you still talking? Stop. Why are you still sawing? Stop.
And then
Stop.
eventually, and I did this for, the longest I went doing that was like 2 hours at work. It it changed some things.
Really? Okay.
Like after I was done, I was like, I was exhausted, but mentally I was like,
Free.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
just
okay.
like power mode.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You come up to me, you're like, hey,
Yeah. Like,
I'm
You
Like,
look different. Is
I'm
everything okay?
great. You're glowing. Oh my god.
I like pick up my cart. I'm like, yes. But yeah, just start out 5 minutes. Give
Okay.
yourself 5 minutes and just really cut. Just cut.
Yeah.
Like that saw. Keep it going. And it's going to be exhausting.
This is the theme
At
here.
first.
It's kinda-
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I
Trim
get.
the fat.
Here's what I'm giving up in the moments, in those moments.
Okay.
Expectations, wants,
Mm.
aversions,
Okay.
judgments, and
Judgment's
intentions.
a big one.
Intentions.
What's aversions?
What are you averse to? What are you against? What do you
Oh,
dislike?
So like,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just basically cutting out all the opinions, all the wants, all the judgment, all the just. What's your intention? Cut it, and just be present.
You know how you, maybe not y'all. I walk into work and go, I don't want so and 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 so to happen today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm already setting
It's gonna happen.
to be disappointed
Yeah.
because I'm saying
I don't
I
want it.
don't want
I don't
that,
want it.
right? And yeah, so to your point, just walk in and go, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
And
Let it happen.
This goes-
How do I handle it?
right.
Yes.
And this goes the other way too. I want this day to be great. Okay?
Yeah.
That's an expectation. That's a want. So
Yeah.
you need to handle that. Of course, that's a great thought. That's an amazing thought. I'm glad that your brain is positive.
No
about
matter
it.
But
what
then
happens
don't be
today,
disappointed.
it's going to
Yeah.
be great.
But then don't be disappointed if it doesn't
Let
fulfill
things
your
happen.
expectations.
Yes.
Don't.
Because
don't.
it's all twisted and touched.
Especially with our job, we should not be setting any expectations
no.
because they will always just.
That will, yeah,
The
they'll
expectation when you go into work should be, no matter what,
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
just handle it.
be destroyed.
It's gonna be a great
expectation
day.
that you would have expectations should be unexpected.
Be
like that.
open to the unexpected today
So, and that's
If
it.
you know, you know.
If you know,
and thrive in it.
you know.
Do you guys thrive too?
Yes. Oh my god.
We go on the walkie and we go, is everybody thriving today?
Oh, mine was we're gonna survive,
And
thrive.
I love it. I love it.
We're gonna survive and thrive today, guys. I used to say that in my
That's good stuff.
closing huddles.
I like it.
I think it's
I
great.
love
We're
it.
gonna survive and thrive. Do your best, guys, and then we're gonna leave on time.
Yeah.
Gonna get out of here.
Unexpect the expected.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Don't even tie anything to
Just
it.
take it out.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you never know what's gonna happen
So,
that day.
yeah.
And how many times have you had a time when the unexpected was super fantastic?
All the
Heck
time.
yeah.
Right? Like,
all the time.
All the time. Every time something happens that I'm not planning on or hoping for or wishing for,
And it's
the most rewarding thing in the world.
It's like popcorn. It's just it's like,
yeah.
oh, it's there. Ooh.
And
Should have eaten before this. Sorry.
popcorn and creme brulee ice cream. I'm just suggesting. But
That sounds so good.
back to
That does sound
back to the
amazing.
staying present as well. Is the ability to see where God is doing things in my life, and the ability to understand that that's what's happening. If I'm present, I can be aware of that and fully appreciate how awesome that is.
Yeah.
If I'm too far forward or too far
You're not
backwards,
gonna notice.
I completely miss it.
Your blinders are on.
Yeah, and then back to the popcorn thing. Then when the realization is like, oh my gosh, that just happened. That was cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was super.
And I've had
cool.
that happen the past couple weeks, like
It's intense.
70 times. Like a lot.
It's intense in the best possible way.
I have never been so peaceful in my life.
Mm-hmm.
In my whole life.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's good stuff.
I had no idea. I had no
Just
idea. This
shut
was
that nagging little.
Well, my brain, I told her this on the last podcast.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
My brain.
He was describing his brain.
Let me tell you about my brain.
It's
I'll do the same analogy that I gave her.
You start cracking.
I get up and I'm like, all right, time to get on that bike, do a little stretching, get on the bike. I see the finish line. It's at the end of the road.
Yeah.
I'm like, no traffic. This day's going to be great. I'm going to accomplish so much. I go about 10 feet, 20 feet. I see this alleyway and I'm like, I got to hop down that alleyway real quick. Just real quick.
Yeah.
I go down the alleyway. It's kind of a dead end. There's like a little door down there. I'm like, I'll leave my bike here. I'm going to hop in there. I'll come right back. I go down it. I consume things. I'm just like, ooh, that's good. That's good. Ooh, I'm going to use that. I have that. I need to know that. I need to know that. I need to know this. And I'm like, ooh, it's been like 2 hours. Let me get back on that bike. I go about like 20 more feet. And I'm like, that alleyway's pretty good too, though. Okay, I'll leave my bike here.
Yeah.
I'll just run in there and run back out. Run in there, kind of dead end. Again, there's that little door down there. I'm like, oh, okay. Hop down there, and I consume. I'm like, ooh, that's good. I love this information. Nom, 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 nom. I eat it all up. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's getting late. Go back to the bike. And I do that like 2 more times. And then finally I get back to my bike and I'm like, I guess I'm going to have to finish this tomorrow. So,
yeah,
knowledge cannot be the focal point of your day.
No.
Because then your brain is happy, but you are just sad about the outcome. Your brain is like, yeah, but look how much we learned. And you're like,
but you haven't done
we
anything
didn't do anything, dude.
Yeah.
But look how much we learned.
No. We didn't accomplish anything.
What'd you get done?
So first of all, we'll get ourselves in trouble if we set expectations for how far we're going to ride on our bicycle in the course of any given day, right?
True.
Fair.
That's a good one.
But along with that goes the understanding that every time there's an alleyway, we shouldn't just get off our bicycle.
Just because the knowledge is good down there.
Just because there's something down there that
Just because there's
might
creme
help
brulee
us.
ice cream does not mean you need to go down that alley.
Actually, that alley I want to go down.
I'm
Is there
beelining for
popcorn
that.
and creme brulee? Is there a cheeseburger? Because I'm totally going down that alleyway.
Alleyway is taking me.
Double cheeseburger?
But no, I that's a really good analogy for it. That is. How long did I stay on my bicycle today? And how many alleyways was I smart enough to just pass, right? And by that definition, our thoughts are the alleyways.
Yep.
Right?
There you go.
And then even though the alleyway looks really inviting because the thought seems really appealing, whatever we're going to find at the end of the alley.
Whatever answer and knowledge is down there,
it's not.
probably don't need it right now.
I just see like a change of music. Like when you're on your bicycle, it's like bicycle, bicycle. And then when you go down the alleyway, it's like some, I don't know, like metal stuff like,
Gotta learn.
I gotta learn.
Yeah.
And then you get back, bicycle,
bicycle. Yeah. That's kind of equivalent to where I was at.
That's a really good way of describing it. The chaos is the alleyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If we're going to describe the alleyways, there's also a lot of. I heard it said one time, which I thought was a really good. And I think I have to attribute this to Theodore Roosevelt, but he said, "Comparison is the enemy of happiness." So, one of those I wants is let's say I want to be liked.
Or someone else
Right.
has.
I'm desperate for validation. I want my existence to be validated. Well, how do you want that existence to be validated? I don't know, but I want it. Well, if you don't even know what that looks like, I just know I need it. Right?
It'll make me feel better for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it'll make, right. Analogy there. Did that for 28 years. But being aware
Yeah.
that that's a fool's errand.
Yeah.
Because it's also been said, everybody else's opinion of me is none of my business.
I love that.
And that's a powerful one, right? Because if my happiness is contingent on how you feel about me,
It's going to be a rough ride.
it's going to be a rough ride.
Yeah.
That's what I'm reading.
At the end of the day, can I look in the mirror
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, you're doing the best you can, and that's okay? Or do I look in the mirror and go, if I could change that, and I could change that,
This person would be
and I could
happy.
change that,
This person would have a
I'd
better
probably be-
day.
I would
Like,
I
no.
would probably be happier if I could do all that.
Uh,
And that's we're our own worst enemy. Back to the thoughts.
There-
That's why we got to cut the thought.
just
'Cause
cut
the
it.
thought will drive us.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to your thoughts. Of course you should listen to your thoughts. But
Listen to your gut.
99% of them, 99% of them,
Are
Are
detrimental.
not- are not
They're not
good.
helpful.
Are
They're
not
not
good.
helpful.
yes,
They're hurtful.
they're very hurtful.
Not nice.
They're not nice.
Just mean.
And I know there's people out there that they don't have that. They don't have the,
Stay away from hurtful. Gravitate towards helpful. Write
Yeah.
that down.
yeah, I love that. And
I'm gonna
I've,
get that tattoo.
I'm gonna need to get like 30 shirts made.
Yeah.
yeah, you should.
I'll get all your quotes tattooed.
I'm gonna make them all red with white writing, and I'm gonna wear nothing but those to work.
I bet
Honestly,
people
yeah.
would be interested. They'd
I
be
think
like,
so.
where do you get these? Where are you getting these?
you'd make a lot of people positive.
The neatest thing would be, what sort of thought would that facilitate in their mind, right? Going back to what you said, because you're right, 99% of the thoughts, not helpful. But that 1%, if getting someone to think about something for the right reasons
Yeah,
can be super awesome.
yeah. It's almost like giving somebody a ladder.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, here's a ladder,
Come up here with
Yeah.
me.
just for a second.
Let's go.
Take a step.
Yeah,
See what's up there.
see what happens.
Yeah.
1, 2 step.
Yeah.
I like it. Go back to what you were saying.
Do it right now.
Oh, okay. I know. Wouldn't that be great?
And
Okay. So here's what I've done. Y'all don't have to do this, but this has just helped me
Okay.
personally. So I wrote down everything that I want and everything that I need.
Mm.
Okay. I wrote down every burden or problem that tends to repeat or come up in my head.
Okay.
And then I literally was just like, here you go, God. Here's everything. That's it. Just for me, it was symbolic.
yeah.
That's symbolic to be like, here you go. Of course, I'm still going to have to exercise the action of like,
Right.
I'm still cutting
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day. I'm still exercising that process. But the symbolism to just being like, here you go.
Yeah.
I don't need this.
Take it out.
This
of
hurts me.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That helped
Can
a
you
lot.
take out my trash for me? Thank you.
Yeah, kind of. Like,
really
can
heavy.
you hold
And I've been
this?
carrying it for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
My
Yeah.
back is tired.
your back is broke. My back was broke. I was stumbling around, just
You had
like,
a hunchback.
He was on a mountain.
He was on
His
a
back was broke. Does that mean he was? Or no?
Are you like a mountain man or something? Oh my
It's a
God.
Brokeback Mountain man. Sorry, please continue.
That's basically it. That's all I wanted to touch on.
Touched on a lot of.
A lot. There was a lot. There.
No, a lot, but a lot of really good stuff. I want to hear more from you.
Yeah, what have you been doing differently?
Well, I've definitely been praying more.
Yeah.
And just any time I get those thoughts, or like definitely not setting the expectations, like, no, just it doesn't do anything. And then just combating negativity with positivity. And I don't, because there is a lot of negativity where we're at, and I have not let it consume me, because I just tell myself, well, let them feel that way. They need to feel that way. And if they feel that way every day, I hope me being positive with them and like not sinking to their level, not
showing them the ladder.
Engulfing myself in their positivity or their negativity. I hope, like, slowly but surely, maybe they'll get out of that or they'll figure it out. But I have to let people just be what they are.
Oh yeah, you can't go around telling people how to live. You can't be like,
no.
stop being so negative.
Yeah.
Like,
But
okay.
I haven't gotten wrapped up in it. And I've just...
Yeah, I got you. You didn't... Okay, yeah. You set a boundary line, and you're like, that's cool. You're over there. That's cool.
Yeah, I've set a lot of boundaries. I've, people that I don't necessarily enjoy, or...
Their presence is...
I just,
not okay sometimes.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I've pushed myself to say hi to them and talk to them.
Yeah,
even though I'm really not interested in them. They probably need that. It's not, it's not nice not to engage with everybody. So.
Yeah. And that goes a long way with your thoughts too.
Yeah.
To just be like, who cares? Hi. How are you doing today?
Yes.
Anyway, let's go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever find yourself in a position where you realize that you're doing a really good job of providing very helpful advice to others, but you find it very difficult to apply the same advice to yourself?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where that comes from is what you were just saying about when you find yourself surrounded by somebody or whatever, trying to negate the negativity by just being positive, right? Like, for example, I can't, let's say as an example, I can't believe they're cutting hours. I can't believe, whatever, right? Hey, we have no control over that. Let's just focus on what we can do, right? Okay, and you get them out of the negative headspace.
Or you can do the negative, which is, I know, right? Like, this sucks.
Yes.
What
yes.
the,
And I have to...
This is so unfair.
I have found myself falling victim to the first, but then swinging back around and following up and being like, you know what? I apologize. That was not helpful at all for me to have said that. Let's just focus on this.
It's like a false community of being a part of this. Yeah, let's all complain together and feel this way. And
it's
we're
so
set up
easy.
for that.
It's so easy to get dragged into that.
Feel like crap together.
Yeah. it's easy to
Let's go get Subway.
to like allow that to fester and to be like, well, since everybody else, because it is difficult to be like, you go into a dark room, as an example, you flip the light switch, it's nothing, and you're like, well, hopefully my smile will be bright enough to kind of light things up. Well, guess what? My smile has no electricity. So there's not a lot of light coming from it.
Yeah.
But those
But
eyes.
it's dim, right? But I know that there's enough light in it that if I can get everybody else's smile, we might be able to see what we're doing. It's kind of a weird analogy.
No,
but,
that's good.
right? So that is what I would like to try and be better at on a regular basis of being, okay, you guys are obviously all in one headspace. Let me see if I can pull us out of that headspace and get us all on the same page.
Or even just like, here's a hand. Grab it.
Yeah, just let me...
Just grab it.
You're in the quicksand.
Yeah.
And the sinking is taking place.
Yes.
If you grab the hand, I pull you out and no sinking.
No sink. Yes.
Know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think, like, the most recent or big example I can think of for me in changing my mindset going into something was I had to close with a certain individual. And like before in the past,
That's all you had to say, because I feel you on that.
it would just, I would bring myself so down. Like, oh, it's going to be awful.
Even
It's gonna
before
be this.
even before doing it,
It
right?
hasn't even
Yeah.
happened yet.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, no, it's going to go wrong. It's not going to be good. This. And I was like, and like leading up to this, other people were like, oh, you got to close it, blah, blah. I'm like, it is what it is. It'll be fine. Like, I don't care. And I was like, oh, I get to sleep in. I get to do this. And then getting there, you know, I was like, I'm just going to let them lead. I'm going to let them do however they want to do this. I'm going to be as helpful as I can, positive to whatever they want me to do.
That's the biggest thing.
Did that make a profound difference in
It was
how...
a great night. It was a great weekend. I didn't entirely agree with, you know, some stuff, but it worked out. We had a great team. I mean, and keeping that positivity and combat, like, it was a challenge. not necessarily,
Which is okay.
Not even them.
That's okay. It's going to be challenging.
I had Susan and Leah as my closing team, and they have both gotten so much better, and I just kept giving them positivity. And every time they wanted to complain, I'm like, yeah, I understand. And then I just tried to lift them up.
See, for me, I just crack jokes until they smile.
Yeah, same. That's what I do.
I'm like, da-da-da-da-da. And they're like,
Yeah.
meh, meh, meh. I'm like, da-da-da-da-da.
You'll
they're like,
eventually...
yeah. And I'm
James,
like, I got her.
the bald guy, he was messing with Leah and Susan so hard, and they, you know, eventually...
Yeah, they lighten up.
They're like, oh my gosh.
But I want to go back to letting the person in charge lead. It's their party. Let them lead it.
It is their party.
Yeah. Because a lot of people try to put their toes into the leadership styles of different people. They're like, yeah, but this. No, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Let them lead. If the ship goes down, you know you did everything you were asked.
Yeah.
That's it.
This will be a coming up challenge for our new inbound and our GM, right? And they're on the same weekend, which that was just...
Mm-hmm.
But they'll figure it out. But, you know, it'll always be, oh, well, I did this, and this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this, and this, because this is now mine, right?
I just man the camp. That's it.
I think back to the controlling what I can control.
Yeah.
So what I can control is how I act,
How you respond.
how I respond, what I say, and then
What action you're putting to that.
And am I giving what, like, am I conscientiously deciding I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, or am I allowing myself to fall victim to the, oh, okay, if that's what they, because I've been in that situation, oh, if that's how they want to do it, okay.
Pettiness.
Literally, right? And I'll have to pull myself out of that and be like, really? Are you really going to allow yourself to go this entire day and be that way? Because at the end of the day, you're going to be really disappointed in yourself. And I have to have that pep talk with myself and be like, no, you're going to allow the way that they acted to...
I can see you in the bathroom at work having this full conversation with yourself in the mirror.
Maybe not in the bathroom, but in my office, yes.
Hey, that's fine. That's absolutely
it's
fine.
The, we say, are you going to let that person take up space?
Take your energy.
In your mind.
Take you.
Right? Like when it comes to like resentments and everything. Am I going to be resentful of this person and it's going to steer me off course? Which means they win. At the end of the day, if I'm letting someone take up space in my head, it's not rent-free.
No, your energy goes towards
I'm
that.
paying rent for them to take up space.
Yeah.
Which is completely counterintuitive. It should be, if anything, I'm going to be charging them for taking up space.
Yes.
So I have to be like, all right, are you really, you're gonna fixate on that conversation that happened an hour and a half ago and didn't go the way that you wanted it to, and you're still thinking about that?
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah.
Right? That's when I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Loser.
You gotta be like, why are you still fixated on
Yeah.
it? Freaking
And
let it go.
See, that's
Are you
sometimes
serious
I do
right
better
now?
and sometimes I don't.
that's when I do the symbolic thing of writing down what I don't want in my head.
I'm like, can you
crumple
just
it up,
take this
throw it in
and
the
let's
trash.
move on with our day?
That's great. I like that.
Yeah, symbolically, write down what you don't want in your head, rip that page out, crumple it up, throw it in the trash.
How
I like
awkward would
that.
it be if I crumpled it up and then set it on fire?
That would be, if you're outside, do it. If you're inside, that
They're
would be
like-
pretty awkward.
Patty,
Matt's starting fires.
Matt's outside.
Why?
He's
why
writing down situations and lighting them on
why is
fire.
there a bandsaw going and receiving? It's just Matthew.
We have
He's
a
having
fire
a day.
aisle too.
He's having a day. He'll be fine.
He's figuring it out. I want to bring up a
Patty,
story.
your voice is on one of those papers.
Patty, your name is on a lot
Switching
of those.
to 2 is on one of them too.
Okay, I want to
I
bring
don't know
up.
what you're talking about.
I want
I
to
didn't
bring
just
up
do
a,
that yesterday.
I want to bring up a story
Okay.
because it's weird. Okay, so I came home and I had pretty much like the whole night to myself, and
Where were you?
she was going out. You were going out. This is the jumping spider story.
Jumping spider.
Okay, so
Where did I go out?
I don't. You went with your girlies somewhere. I
To a
can't
club
remember.
called Jumping Spider.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like,
It's like I don't remember that club.
so I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember now.
I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I can get so much editing done tonight. I'm
okay.
gonna crank out everything that I've got,
Yeah.
and I'm editing. It's been like, it's been like maybe 2 hours, like an hour and a half of editing, and a jumping spider lands on the table, and I'm like, oh, sweet, like he's cool looking, like he's chilling there staring at me, and I'm like, what's up, man? Like talking to him.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that talks to
What?
animals.
Oh yeah, dude. I like jumping spiders.
Okay.
They're my favorite. And so I put my laptop up on the table and I'm just hanging out. And
So is the spider.
yeah, and he comes over and starts chilling on my
Editing.
laptop.
And starts editing.
Yeah, he's chilling on my laptop. And then I sit back and I'm like, okay, let me just chill here for a second. Let this happen. And then he hops on my leg. He's hopping up. He's chilling. He's just hanging out. I'm like, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Chilling on my arm. And then he hops up and he hangs out next to me. I'm like, okay. So I'm like doing some editing. And I'm like, I feel like I should get up.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like I need to get up. I'm going to kill this thing. He's going to go behind me. So I get up and he sits in my spot. And I'm like, he must be cold, I guess. I don't know. So I'm like, all right, let me do something else. Let me go up to the studio. And I come up here and I get everything like prepped just to hang out, kind of do some guitar stuff. And I go back down. I'm like, I really need to edit.
Yeah.
And he's still chilling there. I'm like, I'm not going to move him. Like, I'm just going to let him. He's going to move by himself. So I come back up and I'm hanging out, playing some music. And then, like, I go to warm up, right? Just my voice. I'm just in here singing. And honestly, I should show you just what came out. Like, I felt like I got pushed up here. And then this is what, then this is what, like, came out of it. I'll play it for you. And actually, I can play it over.
That'd be cool.
I can, I'll interject it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that?
I gotta know though. So what happened to the jumping spider?
Oh yeah, what happened to that guy?
He a couple hours later, I went down, left my spot.
There was a little sign that said, "My work is done."
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that would be a little tiny like sign.
like-
Oh my gosh,
Here,
that
I'll
would
let
be
you
so
listen.
cute.
It's like this big. It says, "My work is done."
I'll let you listen. Do you want to listen on your phone? It's just the behave one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to listen on your phone?
Yeah.
Or
I
are
mean,
you
I'll
good?
I'll wait.
Can I
yeah.
get these in prescription?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can.
That's dangerous. But
It
might
is.
have
I
to.
don't.
I was like, where is my?
I
phone?
don't recommend it because
Did you
you all
send
day
this
you'll be like, "Ooh, what's
to me?
this?" I should have. Yeah, I'll send it again. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need
Just
it.
send it again.
Coming at you live. Okay, so
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
I'll just do a little countdown. That way we're all on like the same
Okay.
page.
Wait.
3, 2, 1.
Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Yeah, yeah. Why don't you behave like the rest of us do. Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Like the rest of us do. Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? I don't want to behave like the rest of us do.
Nice.
Timed perfectly.
Yeah, that just.
If I had the answer to that,
Yeah,
but I'm not. I'm not meant to have the answer to that question.
Well, I feel like that was me. Oh, let me get this. That was me talking to God,
Mm.
and that was people talking to me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like this duality of like thought, of like people think that about me, and I think that about God.
Hmm.
It's weird.
I mean, that's kind of the idea of faith,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
God, why aren't you doing what I want you to do?
yeah, yeah,
Instead, I have to know that you're doing what is meant to be done,
hmm
and I just have to accept that,
yeah,
Go along for the ride.
right?
yeah.
Easy to lose sight of, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the other things about thoughts, going back to that, is I want answers. I know this about me. I just want everything to be answered.
Same.
Why don't you behave like the rest of us do? Give me an answer. Well, I'm not meant to have an answer to that question.
Yeah,
The sooner I just understand that, the more, the less concerned I'll be about things, right?
yes, yes.
Why did so-and-so act that way? Why did so-and-so say that? I just don't know.
Don't know.
And it's okay
No sé.
not to know.
Yeah, yes.
But the more I fixate on trying to get an answer,
That's when the mud happens.
literally,
For me,
literally,
Yeah.
that's the mud.
that's when we gotta,
Cut.
Cut.
Cut. Cue the buzzsaw,
yeah,
please.
exactly.
But that's what happened.
Yeah.
When I got pushed in here.
That was a holy spider.
That was a holy spider. That
He was like,
something.
"Hey, man,
Spider.
I need you to
Yeah.
Get
create.
off.
Just
Yeah,
create.
Yeah.
Why
You
don't
don't
you
need to be editing right now. You
No.
need to be.
Go create.
Yeah.
I like when you create.
I know.
I miss
Well,
your create.
again, my thoughts. I'm like, I need to do this and this and this.
Mm.
Instead of like, yeah, just go do, bro.
Just
You
go
need
do
to
it.
play your guitar. Though.
I know.
You just,
And that was probably the best your vocals have ever sound,
Yeah.
in my
they were
opinion.
very pure.
Because I
And
finally
it was
let
so
go.
clear.
Yeah.
I just let go.
Yeah.
It was really clear.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, man. Just letting go.
Expectations weren't there.
Unexpected, expected.
Pow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not, this is what I'm going to accomplish with what I'm about to do. Instead, let's see what happens when I do what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with the flow, man.
I know. You know me though. I always have a plan, and it's bad.
That's cool, but you should just like go with the flow or whatever. So,
Absolutely. I
You want to go get like some creme brulee ice cream or something?
Hey, would you knock it off? We are.
I mean,
You act like we're not gonna go.
I'm like all about not having a plan.
We're gonna go get
2 pints of ice cream, please. We are getting 2. I'll just let you know that now.
Based on what I experienced, 2 pints does not have a negative impact on you.
Especially if you play badminton
I just
after.
want to throw that out there. There's not any residual stomach problems.
Okay.
You will have stomach problems.
I will. But
I
it's
will not.
It.
I'll be okay.
It's so
But
worth
I
it.
did after I navigated through that was like, this is so not something that can become a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
So that was like
yeah.
2 weeks ago, and I won't do that again for probably a month.
When you have to
longer.
repent ice cream.
You're like,
Right?
I'm sorry,
Like,
God. This keeps happening.
You know. So here's the easiest way I realize to fix that is to just not buy the ice cream.
I know.
Right?
I know.
If I don't have
Just
it,
don't go in there ever again.
I don't, you know. La 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 la, do not talk to me. Do not talk to me. Do not talk to me.
When you request a personal shopper.
You're like, I just won't go in. I'll just I'll order online.
Ice cream.
That's all you hear from the back.
Why are you? Yeah, exactly. Cut it.
Ice cream.
I can't believe how perfect
Did
that was.
somebody just call for me on the walkie? Creme brulee.
Go to 2.
Please tell me y'all heard that. Heard what? Creme brulee. Does anybody need to go to HEB?
Oh yeah, you guys are right by an HEB.
Literally.
That's not
yeah, that's-
okay.
Door.
Wow.
Were you there when Kara got into her car accident?
No.
Yeah, she picked up a shift for SFS, and then she got into a car accident
Oh,
coming
man.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
Poor little-
Anybody want to say anything before we end it?
Just that I love what we talked about, and I think it's a good reminder for us to work on every day. I love what you said about just take the 5 minutes. Start with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And then
And then the trash.
and gosh, the expectations thing. I so fall victim to that all the time. And when I remember it's God's will, not mine, and I just kind of let go, like you talked about, it's so wondrous, the experience that can come from that. Even if it's what I would maybe classify as a less than stellar experience, it still has such a non-impact in a manner in which a stellar experience based on expectations does not fulfill the hype.
Yeah.
Right? If that makes any sense.
No,
Like
it does.
going back to like dating. Oh, this chick is so hot. This date's gonna be amazing, right? Like, how could it not? Because she's so hot. And then you go on the date, and it's a great date, but it will never reach what I set to be in my mind. She's really cool. Let's go out. Let's see what happens. And then it's the most amazing experience you've ever had.
Yeah.
Because she was cooler than you ever thought she could possibly be, right? To go back to your thing about, okay, got to close tonight. Well, I know I'm closing with some people that I enjoy their company. Period, full stop.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being a great experience. Last night, the night before that, were both awesome closing experiences. On Thursday, I was closing by myself. Like, I didn't even have anybody after like 7 o'clock.
That's nice.
And it ended up being great because everybody there was like, hey.
Let you do that?
Well, it was a schedule mishap. What? Did I touch on a nerve? Sorry.
She wants to close by herself.
Really?
They won't. Yeah, they won't allow it.
Well, it's not supposed.
No, I know.
It's not supposed to happen.
Back in
See,
the
what had
old
happened?
Target days,
What had
it was.
happened was Daniel.
No, I'm just surprised that because even when that happens with us,
Yeah,
they
no.
move mountains.
Remember
and
what
make-
I've told you about our people. They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so
yeah.
you're going to be okay, right? Because I'm leaving it like, yeah.
Now,
So,
actually.
They're already.
Yeah.
They're out
I
the
left
door.
the building.
they're on the walkie. I'm in my car. I'll see you later.
I'm already on the highway.
Yeah.
So.
No.
And whatever. Again, but that was the same day, coincidentally, that
Genuinity.
I came in and like the first 30, yes. And the first 30 minutes, I was like, I'm about to hurt someone because you need to have this, this, and this done. And then that's when I talked to Ray, and Ray was like, hey, man,
Amen.
whatever you can control.
Yeah.
And whatever you can't. If there are consequences, you'll worry about them tomorrow. But you're not going to have to worry about them tonight.
Yes.
And he was right. And there were no consequences the following day. And we crushed it. But boy, I was sure ready to destroy it before it even happened.
I know. It's easy to.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy
With that
to.
expectation.
Sucky face.
Yeah.
I just have to look in the mirror and be like, you're a sucky face.
Pointing at it.
Stop being a sucky face.
Okay, listen, here's what I want you to find. I'm tasking you with this, and you can look for it, and I can look for it as well.
Okay.
The sound of a saw on an audio file.
Okay.
Send it to each of us.
Okay.
And whenever we have it, you just have to go play and cut that thought.
I do it in a meeting. I'm like,
I'll do
please
it over
stand
the
by.
walkie. I'll be like, hey, team, just letting you know we're going to be awesome tonight. Just cutting the thoughts.
Dude, I'll isolate the audio.
Dude, heck yeah.
I can't believe how perfect that was.
It was so good.
It became the theme.
It really did.
But it's a good theme to have. Hello, cut it.
It is.
When the unexpected.
Cut it.
Unexpectedly expected.
Yo.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah. I could live here.
I could
Well,
too.
no, actually, that would be awkward for you.
We need some bunk
But-
beds.
We have a queen air mattress, and it's really nice.
We'll just put it in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll all live on it.
Yeah.
Has anybody
can turn
seen
the attic
Caleb and
and-
Alex and Matthew? No. They're on a queen-size mattress, and they're talking for podcasting for like 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks.
Is everything okay?
Are you coming
I
back
think
off
so.
your
They're using
LOA?
a bucket.
Using a bucket and water bottles.
All they have is water and a bandsaw.
It's insane.
It's
There's
weird.
trash outside. I don't understand.
Wellness check.
Wellness check.
You guys okay? We're gonna
They
be
come in
fine.
and pop the air mattress. You're getting out of here.
No!
You got a soul.
Exactly.
Oh,
All
man.
right. Let's wrap up.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Anything you want to say?
Go with the flow, man.
Go with the
Yeah.
flow.
Cut
Expectations.
those thoughts. Cut the expectations.
Yeah.
Fight negativity with positivity.
Hey,
And pray.
whatever's on channel 1, just switch to 2.
Just switch to 2. Oh, that's a good t-shirt one.
Yep.
I love it.
And
Yep.
if you know, you know.
And if you know, you know. Hey, that's what we do. here.
And creme brulee ice cream.
HEB, we're coming for you. All right. We're out.
Let's
Wrap
go.
it up.